What's bugging you?
Philadelphia is just very filthy. People talking in movies.
Tell Fox News what's bugging you, and we'll help you get answers. Fox Now.
Good evening. Yasser Arafat is a free man tonight. Hear what he told Fox's Geraldo Rivera.
And a teenager drowns while playing with his friends in a creek. I'm Sharon Crowley. I'll have that coming up next in a live report.
A home invasion in Northeast Philadelphia, but the criminals may have chosen the wrong target. That story coming up.
And find out why Jersey parents want a former priest who had sex with a 15-year-old back in their children's classroom.
And another wild day as far as the weather's concerned. I'll have the latest on a tornado that moved through our region. The Fox 10 o'clock news starts now.
Rescue crews raced to a creek in Philadelphia's Juniata Park section this evening. They pulled a body from the frigid waters, a boy, to try to revive him. The 13-year-old was rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. Sharon Crowley has the latest from St. Christopher's Hospital in Hunting Park. Sharon.
Well, Dawn, it's been a very emotional night here at the hospital. Family and friends of 13-year-old Hassan Bowman have gathered here at St. Christopher's Hospital. The boy was rushed here, but he had simply been in the water too long.
As police retrieve his clothes from the creek, relatives of 13-year-old Hassan Bowman try to comfort one another outside the emergency room at St. Christopher's Children's Hospital.
It hurt. So I know it's awful.
Police say the teenager and 3 young friends were playing in this creek in Juniata Park when Hassan, who could not swim, was swept underwater.
They were jumping off a wall, and apparently the one child did a flip and hit some rocks and drowned.
Investigators say the water may have been knee-deep when the boys started to play here, but the storm swelled the waters quickly.
What happened to your heart when you heard this news? It's torn apart. It's torn.
Hassan's family and friends gathered at the hospital. Most are still in shock.
We just grown to love Hassan, and we just always around because he's always on the neighborhood. Yeah. There's a bunch of kids on the block all the time.
Police say swimming is prohibited in this area. They say Hassan's death is a tragic reminder of just how dangerous water like this can be.
Hopefully no other kids will never get near these, anywhere in the city near water. They should stay away.
And investigators tell us it was such a sweltering night or late afternoon when the boys started to go swimming, and the storm picked up very, very quickly, and that, of course, caused the waters to rise. And as his mother reported, the little boy could not swim. Now, Dawn, she left the hospital here just a few minutes ago, and I talked with her when she left. She told me she is obviously very upset. They say they are doing an autopsy on her son's body. She says she's not convinced that this was an accidental drowning. She has more questions, and she wants more answers from police. Reporting live from St. Christopher's Hospital, Sharon Crowley, Fox News.
Sharon, thank you. And of course, we'll continue to follow up on that drowning. Tonight's fast-moving storm caused problems all over our area. Take a look in the Northeast. These power lines came down, knocking out electricity to several homes. The firefighters knew they were going to get the call. The power at their firehouse went out. And here's what it looked like in the Kensington section of Philadelphia. It was a wet walk home at the end of the workday. Heavy downpours also slowed the evening rush on the roads. Lots of umbrellas. It has been a busy night for our Rob Garino, who predicted this storm last night here in the 10 o'clock news, if you remember. And Rob's here now with the latest.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a busy day today, and until around 4 o'clock, things were actually in pretty good shape. And then all of a sudden, the atmosphere really got volatile and the storms moved in. Let's go to a time-lapse Doppler radar from early this afternoon. Here's how it looked around 2:45. We were close to about 80 degrees, and the humidity was way up there as well. But once we got to around 5:45 or so, there was an F0, F1 tornado right on the Maryland line, right in there, Pennsylvania-Maryland line, and rising sun in Cecil County, briefly touched down. And then after that, everything moved out, and right now we're looking at a few showers up north, but generally dry across the region. Can you believe from 80 degrees today, we may have some frost? Yes, frost tomorrow night. I'll have details coming up a little bit later on.
Thanks, Rob. Thieves posing as a nice couple sprayed on a good-hearted homeowner in Northeast Philadelphia. Detectives say this crime is not the only reason they're searching for these suspects. Here's Claudia Gomez now to explain why. Claudia?
Well, Don, police believe that the couple is actually responsible for 2 crimes that they carried out today. One of them, the home invasion in this neighborhood in Northeast Philadelphia. In both cases, it appears that the couple specifically targeted elderly women who would be more defenseless. But there's at least one Philadelphia police officer who is taking a personal interest in this case. 71-year-old Eva Sedaris is not your typical robbery victim. Her son is a captain on the force and was recently transferred to the district attorney's office. But despite having a son as a cop, Mrs. Sedaris proved a bit too trusting early Monday afternoon when she allowed a couple in their early 20s into her home.
They asked if they could use the phone because their car had broken down. She permitted them to come into the house. They then asked if they could have a glass of water to take medication. She permitted them to do that. At that time, they announced it was a robbery.
Police say they tied her up with a phone cord, then stole her cash, credit cards, checkbook, and cell phone.
It strikes me as a dangerous situation. They entered this house with the intent to rob, and it could have been much more serious than it is.
Mrs. Sedaris escaped unharmed. So did the couple who robbed her. Police believe it's the same pair who an hour earlier stole a chain from another elderly woman outside this convenience store a few blocks away.
It don't make me feel very comfortable. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary.
Frank and Frances Goodfriend live across the street from Mrs. Sedaris and are surprised something like this happened in their neighborhood.
This is an unusual thing, and that's what makes it so scary. You wonder where you are safe, and you wonder what's going on.
Right away, I think of drugs. I figure it's a young couple. They're probably high on something.
Just a couple of doors down, a boarded house up for auction. The Goodfriends say it's become a magnet for kids and drugs. Still, Frances Goodfriend felt safe enough to keep her door unlocked. Not anymore.
Lock my doors, take every precaution possible. That's the only thing you can do.
The couple, who are both white, fled in Mrs. Sedaris' car. It's a 91 Mazda 626, either silver or champagne, Pennsylvania license plate PD5763D. We spoke to Captain Sedaris earlier this evening. He didn't want to talk to us on camera, but he said his family is having a difficult night tonight, even more so if you consider this. Mrs. Sedaris just recently buried her husband. Reporting live in Northeast Philadelphia, Claudia Gomez, Fox News.
Claudia, thank you. A horrible discovery in a creek that feeds into the Delaware River, a man's body. Police say someone spotted that body floating in Pennypack Creek. He's described as a black man in his 40s. The creek is near a homeless shelter on State Road. Police say they do not suspect foul play. The teenager accused of going on a murder spree in Camden County will be tried as an adult. A judge ordered 16-year-old Llewellyn James transferred from a juvenile detention center to the county jail today. James's public defender argued the teenager won't be able to attend class there and will be harassed by older inmates. James is charged with killing 6 people, including his aunt, over a 2-day period in February.
This is a bad day for me, you know, because the fact is I'm a victim plus twice over, if you know what I'm saying. Plus his mother is a victim twice over. My wife is a victim twice over.
James faces an arraignment in adult court and a bail hearing tomorrow. Police need your help tonight to find a 24-year-old missing woman, this young woman. This is a picture of Patricia Hagans. She was last seen yesterday, 3:30 in the afternoon at the 2100 block of Van Pelt Street. That's in North Philadelphia. Hagans is mentally challenged. Now, she knows her name, but not her home address. She's 5'3" and weighs about 200 pounds. Her family's worried about her. If you can help, please call police immediately. For the very first time, we're getting a good look at the accused Center City rapist now that a judge has allowed cameras into the courtroom. Troy Graves faces more than 25 sexual assault and kidnapping charges in Colorado. Police say DNA results also link him to a murder and several Center City rapes. Graves' lawyers want his trial moved because his case is getting so much publicity.
Much of the evidence that is filtering back to our local community comes through media reports that are in conjunction with our companion jurisdiction in Philadelphia, where the court is aware that charges are pending against Mr. Graves.
Graves is due back in court May 13th. A Delaware woman says a cougar ran right in front of her car this morning. It happened on the grounds of a Newark grade school. Gerald Colpan reports.
No, I'm not really afraid. I guess unless it comes after me.
Still, this morning as she drove to her job in the cafeteria of Thurgood Marshall Middle School, Teresa Eschendorf was amazed to see what she says was a cougar.
It was about, I guess, 2.5, 2 foot high, kind of the size of a big dog. You know, it just was all kind of wet, and pointed ears.
Of course, Teresa isn't a zoologist. She could be wrong, except this isn't the first sighting here. Back in '99, a parent took this video of what looked like a cougar right outside the school. And later, tracks confirmed that it was indeed a big feline. Here's how it went down. Around 7:45 this morning, Teresa and her daughter were coming into school via the driveway when they looked off to their right and saw the cat emerging from these woods. It crossed this grassy patch and then stopped dead right here in the middle of the driveway, stared at them for a moment, then headed across this little grassy knoll into the woods and out of sight.
We are going to make parents aware that, you know, their children are safe, and we are also going to speak to the teachers about, you know, safety issues and being on a heightened alert.
It's unlikely the cougar will be seen around here again soon, as it makes the rounds of its 50-mile territory. But state police made clear that this is not a runaway pet, but an ancient bit of nature on the prowl, in a place where people are the newcomers. In Newark, Delaware, Gerald Colpan, Fox News.
Now, Delaware State Police say that encounters between people and cougars are almost unheard of, but they say if you happen to run across one, do not run. Whatever you do, don't run. Running actually stimulates the animal's hunting reflex. Try to appear larger, maybe by putting your coat or your shirt over your head. And when you get to a safe place, call police. Coming up, after weeks of being confined to his headquarters, Yasser Arafat finally comes out. Geraldo Rivera is there. And standing room only at the funeral for Philadelphia native TLC rapper Lisa Lopez. And find out why parents are actually backing a local teacher who admitted to having sex with a 15-year-old back when he was a priest.
When news happens in the morning, Good Day's got you covered.
It happened about an hour ago.
With up-to-the-minute news, plus traffic and weather every 15 minutes.
Sky Fox is over.
Good Day, all live, all local, all the way up to 9 a.m. with Mike Jarrett, Dorothy Crishick, Sue Serio, and now Carrie Lee Helgett. Good Day Philadelphia, tomorrow morning at 7 on Fox.
It's white hot, high voltage, pure adrenaline, and it's not coming to a theater near you. It's Comcast Half Price Summer. 3 explosive months of Comcast digital cable with HBO and Cinemax half price. Plus a free pass to Six Flags Great Adventure if you call now. Comcast Half Price Summer. Put more in your summer. Call 1-800-COMCAST now.
As a teacher, I'm proud that New Jersey ranks second in the nation for students going on to college.
And first in the nation for schools offering advanced placement courses for college credit.
I teach the basics and more.
We teach the values of hard work and personal
responsibility every day.
It takes all of us, schools and families together, to help children succeed.
As both a teacher and a parent, I'm proud of our schools.
New Jersey's public schools.
Working, improving,
achieving.
If you see breaking news or have a story idea, think Fox first. Call the Fox News hotline at 1-800-220-NEWS. That's 1-800-220-6397. Remember, when you see news in the making, think Fox first.
Where are the cars we were promised? The land-based rocket ships with cockpits full of computers and video screens. The cars with shapes we had seen only in our dreams. Where are the cars we were promised? They're closer than you think. Introducing the new Infiniti G35.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Infiniti, makers of innovative high-performance premium vehicles.
Your mama told you to eat your spinach, but your papa will get you to love it. Papa John's new Spinach Alfredo pizza, made with a creamy garlic Parmesan sauce. Proof that better ingredients make a better pizza. Call Papa John's today and get a large Spinach Alfredo specialty pizza for only $9.99.
When you rent a tuxedo from the Men's Warehouse, you won't have to worry about whether you look good. After all, You probably have enough on your mind already.
The Men's Warehouse now rents tuxedos.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
You're watching the Fox 10 o'clock news.
30,000 people waited outside an Atlanta church to pay their last respects to R&B singer Lisa Lopez. The Philadelphia native was killed last week when she crashed her SUV in Honduras. Investigators say she was speeding. Lopez was one of the stars of the Grammy-winning group TLC. A priest who once promoted sex between men and boys is under arrest in California. He's charged with repeatedly raping a 6-year-old boy back in the 1980s. Father Paul Shanley is at the center of a sex abuse scandal that has rocked the Roman Catholic Church. He faces charges of raping a boy in Boston between 1983 and 1990. Prosecutors say the victim, who's now 24, claims that other young boys also were abused.
They would be removed from the class. The priest would take them to one of 3 locations: to the bathroom, often across the street to the rectory, or to the confessional, and that is where the sexual abuse would occur.
Shanley is expected to be extradited to Massachusetts to face sexual abuse charges. A South Jersey school teacher who got a teenage girl pregnant years ago while he was a priest is back in the classroom, welcomed back with open arms tonight. Bruce Gordon reports from Cinnaminson, New Jersey.
Joseph DeShan was hustled out the back door of the Eleanor Rush School after the closing bell. But out front, parents defended the 5th grade science and reading teacher and his return to the classroom.
Do you have a problem with it? I don't have a problem with it. I can live with it.
He's an excellent teacher, and there was no reason for anybody to be worried about their children as long as he performed his job, and that was in the past. Time to move on.
I don't think it's something that he's interested in little girls. It was that person at that time, and that's not something he's continuing to do, I don't think.
DeShan was placed on paid administrative leave 2 weeks ago when it was discovered he had impregnated a 15-year-old girl when he was a 30-year-old priest in Connecticut 13 years ago. School district lawyers discovered that criminal charges could no longer be filed, but DeShan's tenure was safe because his misconduct did not occur when he was a teacher, and that there was no proof DeShan had lied on his resume or application for employment.
On the professional level, there was nothing I could do to keep him off the job. On a personal level, perhaps I would have had questions about it.
A tiny handful of parents have complained about DeShan's return to Rush, but the vast majority of letters to the district have been supportive. In light of the circumstances here, district officials have taken the unusual step of telling parents they may remove their children from DeShan's classroom if they feel uncomfortable. So far, says the superintendent, no one has asked to be transferred.
In all honesty, he's probably one of the most popular teachers there, and students want to be in his class.
What is more important, parents here seem willing to forgive and forget. In Cinnaminson, Bruce Gordon, Fox News.
We're told that DeShan lives with his wife and children in the Jersey suburbs. As for the young woman he got pregnant back when he was a priest, she's raising their 12-year-old daughter in Connecticut. DeShan reportedly pays child support but has no contact with them. A judge will rule tomorrow whether or not 2 brothers can join a sexual abuse lawsuit against the Camden Catholic Diocese. Philip and Robert Young claim Monsignor Philip Rigney sexually molested them for years at the St. Francis Church in Barrington. The brothers waited 10 years to file suit that is past the statute of limitations. A close call for police officers involved in Philadelphia's new anti-drug crackdown called Operation Safe Streets. Someone shot at officers near Indiana and Oriana Avenues in the Kensington section last night. Police have now increased their presence at that corner. Residents say they can already see a difference since police set up shop.
Oh, they've been great. As you see, the lock is nice and clean, and you see nobody and no one. So they're doing a good job. Supposedly they're going to stay the whole summer, so I hope so we can have block parties in here and everything.
That's nice to hear. Mayor John Street launched Operation Safe Streets just yesterday. That program targets 300 of the city's worst corners for drug traffic. A 4th suspect in the killing of an ice cream truck driver is behind bars tonight. Police arrested 19-year-old Kareem Strickland. He's accused in the killing of ice cream vendor Faraz Chico. Chester police say 3 other suspects ratted out Strickland. Police say a man under arrest for murder used a sharpened toothbrush to attack corrections officers inside the Camden County Jail. Police say Sharif Cook stabbed an officer 3 times in the head and the back. A second officer hurt his hand just trying to stop that attack. Cook was already under arrest for the April 3rd murder of his boss at the Gloucester Marine Terminal, as well as 2 other killings. A West Philadelphia 8th grader faces 5 days of suspension for bringing a toy gun to class. The boy goes to the Lee School. He had the toy gun in his book bag, we're told. A teacher grabs the boy's bag and thought the gun was the real thing and called police. The Democratic candidates for Pennsylvania governor are really taking the gloves off. Ed Rendell and Bob Casey Jr. are slugging it out over a new TV ad. Rendell's supporters kicked off what they call the Take Back the Truth tour today. The Casey ad features several retired Philadelphia police officers saying Rendell cut their salaries and benefits back when he was mayor. Rendell's supporters say the ad is false and just crosses the line.
Ed Rendell always fully supported me and the members of the Philadelphia Police Department. He did care about the members of the Philadelphia Police Department.
Casey supporters held their own news conference to defend their ad. They say Rendell broke a campaign promise by cutting the police budget.
The damage done to us during his tenure of mayor was both lasting, severe, and permanent. He cut starting pay by $6,000 a year. He cut our medical benefits. He took our holidays. He cut our pensions.
The Rendell Take Back the Truth tour promises more events next week. That primary election, May 21st. The Green Party candidate for governor of Pennsylvania got an endorsement in Old City today. Mike Morrill received the backing of former congressman and presidential candidate John Anderson outside the Liberty Bell Pavilion. Anderson, you may recall, ran for president in 1980. Coming up, find out what you can do to make allergy and asthma season a little bit easier. Plus, learn out how you can get one of your ideas out on QVC, and it's one of the most anticipated movies of the year. Find out how you can do a good deed and see the new Star Wars movie before anybody else at the same time.
It's a week of breakdowns and crack-ups because the Cranes are losing it. Fractured Fraser Week, all week long on Fraser.
All next week at 6 o'clock on Fox Philadelphia.
From the director of Memento.
I think I found something.
A cop who needs to know.
No mutilation.
Not this time. A killer who knows too much. Killing changes you. There's no turning back. And a dangerous secret.
Where is she, Finch? Go, go!
Neither can escape.
I
told you 10 minutes to beat Kate Connell to death. You only know it because I told you. Al Pacino, Robin Williams, Hilary Swank. Insomnia. Rated R. Starts Friday, May 24th.
Acme presents a fresh perspective on good taste. With fresh ways to save. Dine on Lancaster brand porterhouse steak, just $4.99 a pound. Scoop up savings on Breyer's ice cream, only $1.99 a half gallon with SuperCard. And Laundry Day calls for Tide, 200 ounces, $9.99 with SuperCard. Looking for great values? Acme, it's your store.
Good things are happening at Ames. It's the Don't Miss These Great Bargains 2-day sale this Friday and Saturday. All 13-inch color TVs are now $49.99. That's right, $49.99. Limit 2 per customer. Special buy leather, fabric, and vinyl handbags for just $6.94. Get 30% off all ladies' apparel, 70 plus an extra 10% off all fine jewelry, and 30% off all patio furniture. This Friday and Saturday only. Ames, bargains by the bagful.
What's bugging you?
Philadelphia is just very filthy. People talking in movies.
Tell Fox News what's bugging you, and we'll help you get answers.
Now McDonald's gives you more reasons to smile. Buy 1 Quarter Pounder with cheese, get the second for only $1.25. Made juicy and delicious every day. More breakfast too. Buy 1 Sausage McMuffin with egg, get the second for only $0.25. Prepared hot and fresh every morning. So hurry to McDonald's, where $0.25 buys you more of your favorite sandwiches.
We love to see you smile.
Sorry, I got that receipt in here somewhere. Driver's license, bus transfer, $1 off fish sticks.
Actually?
Floss. Just in case. Movie stub, a mint.
Actually, we keep everything right here, just in case.
Right. Just in case.
People lose stuff. That's why we can store purchase and warranty information automatically, so you won't have to search anymore. Circuit City, we're with you.
Floss? Who flosses anyway?
I floss.
I floss too.
You're watching the Fox 10 o'clock news.
We should know the fate of that long-delayed Penn's Landing entertainment and retail complex tomorrow. Philadelphia City Councilman Frank DeCicco says he expects the developer Simon Property Group will ask for an extension in the construction timeline. Last December, Simon promised an August groundbreaking. More delays could cost the project's main tenant, the Please Touch Museum. Tonight, New Jersey Governor Jim McGreevey has dropped his heavily criticized plan to tax Pennsylvania commuters. It would have ended a 24-year-old deal between Jersey and Pennsylvania. It allows commuters who live on one side of the Delaware and work on the other to pay income taxes in their home state. Instead, McGreevey says he's going after unpaid income taxes from out-of-state businesses. Hershey Foods might be maneuvering to break a strike. It called back more than 100 laid-off employees to work at one of two plants shut down by a strike. The move might leave workers who refuse to cross the picket line ineligible to receive unemployment benefits. Nearly 3,000 workers have been on strike since April the 26th. They're striking over the company's plan to raise their health insurance contributions. The Philadelphia premiere of the new Star Wars movie is going to be a major fundraiser, and ticket prices are pretty steep. Children's Hospital of Philadelphia has been selected to host the May 12th premiere of Star Wars Episode II: Attack of the Clones. Tickets are $500 a piece, but it's for a good cause. Proceeds go to the Fetal Heart Program at the hospital.
The tickets to the premiere are $500 per person, and most of it is tax deductible. And what's so wonderful about this, it goes to such a great cause.
The after party will happen at Dave & Buster's, Don Tollefson's favorite place. Ticket holders will get to mingle with a couple of stars from the movie. To purchase tickets, call 215, there is the number on your screen, 590-6060. Or for more information, log on to CHOP, that's CHOP.edu. Star Wars Episode II hits theaters May 16th. Coming up, Yasser Arafat comes out of his compound. Geraldo Rivera is there and talks with the Palestinian leader.
Hey, Dawn, wait till you see how chilly it's going to feel tomorrow. Big changes on the way. The forecast in about 20 minutes.
Hey, Rob, the Sixers now know who they'll play if they get by Boston. Larry Brown prefers to talk about when they get by Boston. Interesting comments from him, plus a college coaching legend coming up in sports.
Fox Friday. Catch a bonus episode of The Simpsons on a special night when America's favorite family invades Canada.
I see you drive on the left up here.
No, ma'am. I'm drunk. The Simpsons. Then Academy Award winner James Cameron directs the Dark Angel season finale.
Take cover.
It all starts Friday at 8 on Fox Philadelphia.
The eagle is leaving the nest.
Did you do it?
It's done. Going to lunch.
If you're not offering your employees Independence Blue Cross, maybe you should.
When you're on the go as much as this guy, you don't have time to worry about your calling plan. With Singular Nation, never pay long distance, never pay roaming. It's that simple. Sign up with Singular Nation and get 3,500 bonus minutes. Singular Wireless. What do you have to say?
I'm going for chicken.
I'm going with it's in your eyes. Ain't no surprise. You got a thing for checkers. Check it out. You gotta eat. Ain't nothing like this. You gotta eat. Ain't nothing like this taste. You gotta eat. You gotta feed your face. You gotta eat.
You want it bad, don't you? Our big chicken sandwich, just 99 cents. Big chicken. It's all white meat, and it's just 99 cents. Right now at Checkers.
You gotta eat.
The final 3 episodes of 24 begin May 7th on Fox.
500 horsepower Acura RSX.
Here are tonight's headlines. A 13-year-old boy drowned in a storm-fed creek in Philadelphia's Juniata Park neighborhood. The storm brought power lines down and slowed the evening rush hour. And police are looking for 2 people after a home invasion in northeast Philadelphia. 2 women were tied up and their car stolen. Now the latest on the Mideast violence. Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat left his Ramallah compound for the first time in more than a month, but the standoff continues at Bethlehem's Church of the Nativity. Fox's Geraldo Rivera talked to Arafat in Ramallah right after his release.
What a difference a day makes. Just 24 hours ago, the Makada, that's what they call the presidential compound here in Ramallah, was occupied by Israeli troops. Today, relative peace has resumed, but it is peace with a scar, the scar left by the violence of an occupation that lasted almost 5 weeks, an occupation that kept Yasser Arafat, the Palestinian president, under virtual house arrest. Well, he ended that house arrest this morning when he came out. Enormous affection, adulation really coming to him from the people. He toured downtown Ramallah, went to the hospital and other areas. Everywhere he stopped, school children, old ladies, everyone giving him the kind of acclaim you would someone that you loved or adored or certainly respected. With the prisoner exchange brilliantly brokered by President Bush, in which the 6 Palestinians were transported from here in Ramallah to that jail in Jericho where they were going to be or will be or are being internationally supervised, there was tremendous hope that maybe the peace process was back on track. Then, of course, the terrible fire at the Church of the Nativity during a fierce firefight last night. I asked Yasser Arafat specifically about his feelings about what happened at the Church of the Nativity.
What had happened is very serious and dangerous in the same time. Why they had exploded 3 buildings last night in my headquarters, I don't care what they are doing concerning my headquarters. But the most dangerous, what they had done against Nativity Church, 2 important special holy places inside the Nativity Church had been burned yesterday with the rockets. One in the Franciscan department and the church, and the other in the Roman Orthodox Church where I used to sleep during the first time.
Will there be peace, Mr. President?
If there is a will, there will be a peace.
Do you have the will for peace?
No doubt. As you see, from the beginning, I am faithful to what I had signed with my partner Rabin, who had paid his life for the peace prevailed by these fanatic groups.